Welcome back to the Bak'n Show. In today's episode, we're going to go over these two tents. This is day 1 of week 2 of flower for both tents, and as you can see, they're doing outstanding. This tent here has 5 plants. The canopy is fully filled in, and I'm gonna give you a closer look at her. And obviously, I need to do a little work under the bottom here. So sometime later on this week, I'm gonna come in here and clean up all these bottoms on this tent here. We're gonna start over here with the Payton here in the 2x2. She's nice and big and full. She's stretching up to the light. I put her on a crate to elevate her a little bit more so I wouldn't have to drop the light down, because the light I got kind of mounted to the roof of the tent. So that's why she's on a crate. And as she continues to stretch up over the coming weeks, I'll eventually want to take the crate off of there, because you won't need it anymore. As you can see, she's going to be pretty damn huge. She needs to be defoliated. I haven't touched her defoliating wise anyway in weeks. I really haven't taken anything off of either one of these tents actually. I was trying to just let them go and let them do their thing. I normally, the day or a couple days prior to flipping them to flower, I normally strip them down, and at least of the big leaves here, like these here, and some of these huge ones over here. I normally would strip those off of there and let the plant go from that point. But I say, you know what, this time here, I'm going to leave them alone. I'm going to wait to week 2, going to week 3 of flower. That's when I'm going to take off all the big leaves, or not all of them, majority of them. I'm going to go ahead and start stripping it down so all that sunlight can penetrate to the bottom, especially in this tent here. As you can see, she's completely full. Over here in this tent here, we have the Pulp Fiction up in the right front, Potty Mouth, Banana Crumble in the middle, Mint Cake back left, and King Cobbler back right. And like I said already, Payton over here. So let's get a closer look at each one of these tents. Yeah, all right, over here with the Payton, as I said, she's a biggin. From the top of the soil here all the way up to the top of the plant. There's right now, I would say she's well over 30 inches. Let me, matter of fact, I have my 4-foot stick right here. Let's give her a look. This is the stick. It's a 4-foot, I would say yardstick, but it's not a yardstick because it's 4 feet. But let's drop her up in here and let's see how tall she is. Sorry about the angle of the camera there. As of right now, I would say she's in the ballpark of, let's straighten this out just a little bit. She's in that ballpark, as you can see there, 35, 36 inches. And this is only week 2 of flower, so you know the stretch is on. And I do have some room up there still before she get up to the light. So we do have some room, and if need be, I'll super crop her. But I'm just trying to get up in this canopy so you can see her. I have a new camera also I'm gonna start using in the coming videos. I was gonna mount it in here today and try to use it, but once I figure it out, so we can have a couple different angles. I have bought 2 new cameras. I'm gonna start mounting them inside the tent. I also wanna do a time lapse, so that's why I got them. And also just to change up the way we video. I've seen some other growers who are, as their channel grew, their video work gotten better and better. And I said I wanted to do the same thing. I like playing around with the gadgets, the cameras, figuring out how they work. I got some lights also to help out with lighting. So yeah, in the coming videos, we're gonna be showing you a lot more. But that's all I can show you in this video, in this tent here, because like I said, we're only in week 2 of flower, and there's nothing really growing yet, as you can see. But let's take a look next door. And over here, I'm gonna measure these up since I did the other side. From the top of the soil to the top of the plant, that'll be pretty much there, 40 inches or so. Yep. So yeah, that's the biggest one in the tent. That's that Pulp Fiction right there. Everything is doing fantastic this week. No complaints whatsoever. As you can see, these tents are full. And there's a lot of foliage down under this first trellis net, as you can see. I need to definitely clean that all up in the coming weeks. Now that one back there in the corner, the king cobbler, that's already done. Now I'm back over here in the mint cake. For the most part, she's pretty clean down there too. Just clean up a little bit more. But these front three here, they definitely need some attention. This one won't be as bad. As you can see, it's just a lot of little growth coming in on these bottom branches. So it'll be pretty easy to pluck all that off and cut off what I don't need. I have clones of all these in here already, and they're all growing and they look like they're rooting. I just checked those today. So I don't need any more clones. So yeah, like this here from this point, you see the trellis net there? All that down there can go. At least not the whole branch, just for the stuff that doesn't reach up to the trellis net. Because if the branch reaches up to the trellis net, I'm just gonna take off everything under it. But yeah, as you can see, she's growing like crazy. And these are pretty much all the first time I'm growing pretty much all of these plants, except, correct myself. First time I'm growing 3 of these plants. 3 of them, including the Gary Payton over here, I've grown before. Gary Payton, banana crumble, and the king cobbler back there in the corner. These Pulp Fiction, Potty Mouth, and Mint Cake, first time running them. But yeah, she's extremely healthy, And this canopy is full. You know, only spot I can actually see is that one right back there. And that's because there's a space between those 2 plants back there in the corner there and there. Because it just have the plant right there in the middle of the banana crumble. And as you can see, I had to lift her up on some risers to bring her up to the level, the canopy, the rest of the canopy, excuse me. I did that just to keep an even canopy so she can get as much light as everything else. She was not as old as the other plants. They were put in these pots here a lot sooner than that one was put back there. I think about a week or so. Not a lot sooner. I'm gonna say week, 10 days, something in that ballpark, I think. Oh no, the dates are on there. The Potty Mouth and the Pulp Fiction, the King Cobbler, and the Mint Cake were put in these 3-gallon bags on November the 13th. The Banana Crumble was put in that bag on November the 19th. So practically a week later. So yes, these got a little week worth of a week more growth in them. So that's why that one's a little smaller. But there's not a whole lot to show you because, again, we only in week 2 of flower. We're just showing you how well the plants are doing and how it has filled out this canopy over the last week or so. And here in the coming weeks, we'll have a lot more to see from these 2 tents because they will be deeper in the flower. And as healthy as they're looking now, as long as I stay on my game, these plants will do fantastic. Give us a fantastic harvest come January, I believe, the end of January. But that's all I have for you in this video. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share and subscribe. And until the next one, stay baking.